I think the big issue for us was always going to be, is this variant more transmissible, and by what proportion is it more transmissible? And unfortunately, it does look like this is more transmissible than the UK variant, and perhaps even 50% or even 100% more infectious. And that means that this is spreading much more rapidly than we'd anticipated. So it is a cause for concern.
And more transmissible, is it more severe from the data that we have? Is it leading to more hospitalisations, or is it just too soon to know?
I think it's too soon to know. We have seen an uptick in hospitalisations. An initial analysis of some of the data that's come through suggests that this variant is more virulent. In other words, it's associated with a higher risk of hospitalisation. But that's from a very low level. And I think the next week or so is going to be the crunch period for us in terms of whether we are going to see increased hospitalisations and whether that's going to mean some change to the roadmap to freedom on the 21st of June.
And there are concerns, aren't there, over the efficacy of the existing vaccines against the new variants. That seems very troubling. What's the data suggesting at this time?
Well, the data suggests that full vaccination is protective against severe disease, and the need, I think, now is to stress how important it is to have 2 doses of vaccine. The issue is, however, that for the AstraZeneca vaccine, we know that for this particular variant, it's only 60% effective against symptomatic disease. And actually, both vaccines, both the Pfizer vaccine and the AstraZeneca vaccine, are around 33% effective after 1 dose. So that's the worry. And what we're seeing at the moment with the few cases that are resulting in hospitalisation is individuals who have either not been vaccinated or have only received 1 dose of vaccine, hence the need to get on and vaccinate with double-dose vaccine as soon as possible.
And I know you're not a policymaker, but do you think that the upcoming easing restrictions, that's going to be derailed?
I think it's looking very challenging, to be honest with you. I think we may need to keep some restrictions in place. There's already discussion about keeping the opportunity for people to stay at home, therefore not to use public transport and the like, and not to spread infection, just for another month or so. So I anticipate we'll have to keep some restrictions in place for a little bit longer, certainly beyond June the 21st.
And what is the best measure or collection of measures to curb the growth of COVID-19 variants?
I think we know that vaccination is really important because it will stop the virus in its tracks. People who are vaccinated, even if they get infected, they don't produce as much virus. And anything we can do to stop the virus growing in our bodies will stop the spread. And I think a combination of getting on and vaccinating as many people as possible, alongside stamping out local outbreaks with test, trace and isolate, is the way that we're just going to have to manage this for the next foreseeable future.
Great to have your thoughts, Lawrence. Lawrence Young, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.